The American economy is currently operating in two separate universes. In one, the stock market has reached heights that defy gravity. In the other, American personal savings have plummeted to a 15-year low. This isn't just a statistical quirk, it's a glitch in the matrix. The late Charlie Munger once said, "The first $100,000 is a bitch, but you gotta do it." He wasn't talking about luck, he was talking about the physics of money. But today, the physics have changed. The rules you were taught in 1995 or even 2015 don't apply to the 2026 landscape. Most people feel like they're running a race on a treadmill that keeps speeding up. They work harder, yet the finish line moves further away. They blame the government, the Fed, or their boss. While those factors matter, there's a deeper, more quiet form of economic sabotage happening inside our own bank accounts. By the end of this breakdown, you'll see the 8 habits that act as anchors on your wealth. You'll understand why the system is designed to keep you in a cycle of just enough. Most importantly, you'll see the pattern most are missing: the American reality, empathy, and data. Let's look at the catch and tackle. The Consumer Price Index, or CPI, is the government's way of measuring how much it costs to live. But for most Americans, the official 3% or 4% inflation feels like a polite fiction. When you factor in the cost of a 7% mortgage and a 20% jump in car insurance, the real cost of existence has surged. Your 401k might look like it's growing, but if your balance goes up by 8% while a purchasing power of the dollar drops by 10%, you aren't getting richer, you're treading water while the current pulls you out to sea. This creates a state of low-level chronic anxiety. You have more money than ever, but you can afford less? If you're tired of financial noise and prefer calm, data-driven analysis, consider subscribing to Sketchy Man Finance. We focus on the cycle, not the panic. We don't do hype, we do math. The cycle analysis. Historical rhymes. History doesn't repeat, but it rhymes. Right now, we are echoing the late 1970s. Back then, the Federal Reserve thought they had inflation whipped. They let their guard down, and prices roared back. Today, the Fed is attempting a soft landing. It's like trying to land a Boeing 747 on a postage stamp during a hurricane. You'll hear economists talk about quantitative tightening, or QT. Don't let the jargon confuse you. QT is simply the Fed sucking the oxygen out of the room. When money was free from 2008 to 2021, everyone looked like a genius. Now the oxygen is thin. This is when the habits that worked in a low-interest rate world become deadly. We've moved from an era of growth at any cost to an era of real returns. Most people haven't adjusted their mental software. They're still playing the 2010 game in a 2026 world. They're waiting for rents to drop back to 2%. But here's the cold truth. Those rates might never come back, and even history couldn't have predicted what happened next to the US dollar. The 8 habits of self-sabotage. To survive this cycle, we have to identify the 8 habits that are currently keeping the American middle class in a state of permanent recovery. Habit 1, thinking in nominal dollars. Most people celebrate a $5,000 raise, but if the cost of your lifestyle rose by $6,000, that raise was actually a penny cut. This is money illusion. You're focused on the number, not the weight. If you don't calculate your real return, which is your profit minus inflation and taxes, you are flying blind. Rich people think in purchasing power. Poor people think in balance totals. Habit 2, the minimum payment trap. This isn't just about credit cards, it's a mindset. It's the habit of servicing debt rather than retiring it. We've become a nation of payment buyers. We ask how much per month instead of how much in total. When you buy a payment, you're selling your future labor at a discount to a bank. In a high-interest rate environment, this is mathematical suicide. Habit 3, the wealth illusion. Asset bubbles. Many Americans feel wealthy because their home value doubled. But if every other home doubled, you haven't gained ground, you've just stayed level with the market. If you sold your house today, you'd have to buy back into the same expensive markets. Real wealth is cash flow in liquid assets, not the theoretical value of the roof over your head. Habit 4, reacting to the noise. The 24-hour news cycle is designed to keep you in a state of fight or flight. When you're in that state, the frontal cortex of your brain shuts down. You make emotional decisions. You buy at the top because of FOMO. You sell at the bottom because of terror. The habit of checking your portfolio every hour is a poverty habit. Habit 5, ignoring the velocity of money. Cash is a position, but it's not a destination. Many people, out of fear, keep their wealth at low-interest savings accounts. In a world of 4 or 5% inflation, that safe money is actually rotting. It's like leaving a loaf of bread on the counter. Every day, a little more mold grows. You need your money to move. You need velocity. Habit 6. Hedonic adaptation, or lifestyle creep. As soon as the average person makes more, they spend more. New truck, new subscription, bigger house. They keep the gap between income and expenses at zero. If your gap is zero, your net worth is zero. It doesn't matter if you make $50K or $500K. Without a gap, you're just a high-paid courier to your creditors. Habit 7. The safe bet. The habit of relying on a single source of income, usually a W-2 job, is the riskiest play in the 2026 economy. With AI integration and corporate bite-tightening, no seat is permanent. The poor seek security in a paycheck. The wealthy seek security in multiple streams of cash flow. Habit 8. Waiting for the perfect moment. Analysis paralysis. People say, "I'll invest when things settle down." Things never settle down. The world has been ending since 1929. By waiting for the perfect entry point, you miss the most powerful force in the universe: time. Why do these habits matter more now? Look at the 10-year Treasury yield. This is the heartbeat of the global financial system. For a decade, it sat near zero. Now it's fighting to stay above 4.5%. When Treasury yields are high, the cost of everything goes up. Small businesses can't expand, home buyers can't qualify. The Fed is intentionally slowing the gears to kill inflation. This is what we call the squeeze. Consumer debt in the U.S. has topped $17 trillion. Credit card interest rates are averaging over 21%. If you carry a balance, you're just behind. You're being harvested. The system is designed to transfer wealth from those who use debt for consumption to those who use debt for production. The Fed claims we're heading for a soft landing. They want you to believe the turbulence is over. But look at your own local economy, at the prices in your local grocery store, and the for lease signs in your town. Do you believe them? Let me know in the comments. I read every one. I'm not a doomer. I don't believe in a total collapse. I believe in cycles. If you're a homeowner with a 3% mortgage, you have a golden handcuff. Don't sell it unless you absolutely have to. That low-interest debt is an asset in an inflationary world. If you have a 401k, stop looking at the total balance. Start looking at the fees and the allocation. Many people are diversified into the same 5 tech stocks across 10 different funds. That's not a safety net. It's a concentration risk. Wealth isn't about hitting it big on a crypto coin or a meme stock. It's about the unsexy work of widening the gap between what you earn and what you spend. It's about killing the habits that keep you reactive. The Federal Reserve is going to do what it's going to do. The government is going to spend what it's going to spend. You can't control the $34 trillion national debt, but you can control the internal debt of your own habits. Stop being a spectator in your own financial life. The glitch in the matrix is only a problem if you're part of the program. As the great investor Howard Marks said, you can't predict, you can only prepare. Stay calm, stay data-driven, and most importantly, stay disciplined.